You're listening to a Big Finish production.
Here? What are we doing here? Oh, somebody dragged us off course, I suppose. Something? Yep. A bottle. Floating in the middle of deep space. It's a milk bottle. Right. Well, I've clearly got a very determined milkman.
You're talking to yourself.
Yes, I am. Wait.
Hello, sweetie.
River Song?
Yes.
You're...
A milk bottle?
Well, I was going for...
I'm a message in a bottle, written on psychic paper. I knew you'd come by.
Eventually.
Eventually.
You've been waiting long?
For you? All my life.
Oh, you're doing that again. Who are you?
Would you like to find out? I know you would.
You're not just going to tell me.
Of course not. First, I need you to do something
for
me.
you, right, yeah. Well, before I say no, what do you want?
I need you to break into the Apocalypse Vault at the end of the Quantum Vatican.
But no, that's a fixed point. I can't do that.
I'll see you there.
River! Dear River, I hope this finds you well. Why do people write that in letters? I mean, do I hope you're well? I mean, in the general sense, obviously, but who says I hope you're ill? Well, possibly Davros when he writes letters. Or are they cards? I bet they're cards with bunnies on them. He seems the bunny type. I mean, there's no point in hoping that you're well, as I actually know that you're alive, which compared to when I last met you means that you are, well.
Now.
And... don't forget, I'm writing on psychic paper.
Oh no, never forget.
Anyway, sorry if you were expecting me at the Apocalypse Vault, but I have two rules. First, no one tells me what to do. Second, Apocalypse Vault. I never visit anywhere that sounds like an Iron Maiden concept album.
Fair.
Anyway, who wants to know about the expiry date of the universe? Not me. So, instead, I traced your bottle back to its origins.
Wasn't that a lot of work?
Well, I traced the probable routes it took, taking into account solar winds, gravity wells, emboitment leakage, not forgetting to account for the unaccountable pull of the curtain of shadows. Then, I analysed the mineral content of the glass, which narrowed things down to just the 10 planets. And then I crossed them all off until I arrived at Wadoosh.
And you could just have met me at the Apocalypse Vault. Less work.
Maybe, but I've got a lot of time. At the moment. Anyway, dusty planet, talking camels, talking sand. All in all, quite chatty for a desolate planet. I met a camel priest. He was old and tired, he was so tired, and he wanted to show me something. Something he was afraid would be forgotten when he was no longer well. So, he took me out into the desert and showed me a temple he'd spent his entire life looking after. No one else came. No one else had seen it for 300 years. And now the sand was taking it. The temple to the priestess of eternity. You should visit.
Should I?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You'd like the priestess of eternity. They've really captured your likeness. Bit stylized, but she's definitely you. And at some point, they thought the world of you. The priest wanted me to see it, and it was right. I'm definitely not going to forget it. So, River Song, what are you doing being an ancient deity worshipped on the planet of Wadoosh? Nothing to say? No? Oh. This paper's not psychic on the back. Did you plan that? No, just at the point where I'd like an explanation. Anyway, I thought I'd just leave this letter here with the camel priest in case you drop by, wondering where I got to. Well, mind you, at least I got the last word. I actually did. So, goodbye, River Song. I'm the doctor, and I always get the last word. Ha! What? Oh, right, yes, this letter is meant for her, Your Holiness. Oh. Oh, you got a letter for me? From...
Hello, sweetie. I know exactly how this finds you. Oh, a bit of sun suits you. Oh, if you're in need of refreshments, my high priest has snacks. The cakes are to die for. Oh! It's not too bad being worshipped as a god. You should try it. It'll do you good to get it out of your system. There's only so much validation wide-eyed orphans can give you. I get that you have questions, and I'd love to answer them, but I'm in the middle of negotiating a ceasefire with the Rootans. So many tentacles to shake. So, why don't you meet me at the Apocalypse Vault? See you later, River.
Dear River, so I analysed the parchment of your last letter. You made a tiny mistake there. It's vellum from the Zanzibar elk, which, as we all know, comes only from the tyranny of the shining quartz. So I checked in here, asked around for you. Seemingly, they're still a little sore about you stealing their crown jewels, which is why I find myself writing this to you from, the dungeons. I mean, not bad. As dungeons go, the straw is fairly fresh. My cellmate's bones have been picked quite clean, and best news of all, the rodents don't sing. Now, I have a few tasting notes on the gruel, but maybe I've been spoiled lately. I don't want to come over as a fussy guest. Not managed to escape yet. Donna always said, well, I've always been told that I don't escape quickly enough, but the doors would. The guards resist hypnosis, and the leader of the rebels is sitting, decomposing next to me still. Mustn't grumble. Mustn't grumble. Slow dungeons are just like slow travel. There's a peace and a tranquility to them. See? Savouring every moment. Oh, every moment. Anyway, with time on my hands, I thought I'd reply to you. I've learned it always helps to have writing paper for when you get locked up. Writing paper and quantum Sudoku. I'm thinking you'll find this letter eventually, when you realise your mistake and return their crown jewels, which, have I mentioned, they're still really cross about. Why did you steal the shining quartz from the tyranny of the shining quartz? Oh, now dawn's coming up. Apparently they'll be executing me at sunrise. That always seems mean. It's like those cheap airline flights that leave ridiculously early. Who likes that? You know, I've always wondered what'll happen when my head gets chopped off. Will I regenerate? Do you know? Well, perhaps today I'll get to find out.
Not today, sweetie. I've bribed your jailer. Ha, thank you, Bernard. He likes guinea pigs. No one who likes guinea pigs can be all that bad. It explains the fresh straw. Although Bernard does own a lot of thumbscrews. Perhaps he collects them. I left him a little money on my last visit, just in case you showed up. It's more than covered for arranging your release, the disguise to get you out of the castle, and the pack mules to get you safely through the forest of screams. No, no, don't thank me. Just don't forget to post your letter. Otherwise you'll create a paradox. And I know how you hate those. Mwah! Kiss. River.
River, more of a follow-up note, dashing this off in the Forest of Screams on my way back to the TARDIS. Thanks for arranging the rescue. I made one or two small tweaks to your plan, hope you don't mind. On my way out of the castle, I overthrew the Tyrant of the Shining Quartz. Turns out, now he no longer has any Shining Quartz, he was surprisingly easy to overthrow, and have instituted a republic. Quite a nice republic, really. I mean, the rebel leaders wanted to do the bloodthirsty retribution thing, but I gave them a copy of Wisden's Cricketer's Almanac and assured them that it was the wisest book on government ever written. I mean, by the time they've deciphered it, I think their bloodlust will have cooled off. Maybe they'll have a referendum. They always work out well. Anyway, thanks for the loan of Bernard. Now he's no longer trying to chain me up. I really get to see his charming side. Although I did have to promise to knight his guinea pigs. So